Hello. This week's episode is To Serve Man, which is one of the more influential of the episodes. It's episode 88, I think. It's the end of disc 3 of season 3. Whew. It's going to be a while. Now, this is a very weird and interesting episode, and I do love it to bits. I can't recall seeing it for the first time, unlike some other episodes, but it is one of the ones that sort of embeds very easily. It starts off with a man, Chambers, being isolated on the alien ship. Isolation is really bad for you, so just a few days of that and you'd be in a bad state. And he asks, what's the time on Earth? That's such a weird thing to ask because Earth has lots of time zones. So that's sort of nonsensical. He could have said, what's the time in New York or something like that. That might have made more sense. The arrival of the spaceship is from the day the Earth stood still. If you've seen that old movie, and not the remake, but the old version, of course. They just added another sound to the piece of footage. And then we get to see the alien, which is played by Richard Kiel, who we know as Jaws from James Bond. He was a towering man. I mean, of course, he had prosthetics and he was standing on a box, but he's still a very, very large human being. The voice is Ruskin, Joseph Ruskin, and he did lots of Star Trek and stuff like that. Story is by a man named Damon Knight, and we're going to get back to the story a bit after this as well. They are doing this in the UN, and the Soviet representative in the UN is very disrespectful. You can see he has some food wrappers on his desk, and he's like, but he asks the right question, and maybe you should have listened there a bit. There's some stock footage from the actual UN. You can see that the grain quality changes in the actual footage very easily. And then, of course, there's the reveal at the end when she runs up going, it's a cookbook, which is very much Soylent Green, it's people, Oh, spoilers if you haven't seen that movie from the 70s yet. The partner of the ship is Earth versus the Flying Saucer, again with new noises to it. Now, this has been echoed. It's very popular. It has it's the logo for Bomber Wing. It's been featured in several movies and TV shows. The one prominent that I thought of the moment I saw it was in the Treehouse of Terror, a Simpson episode, Halloween special from 1990, where they are sort of abducted-ish, invited by the two aliens, Kang and Kodos, and they find a book, How to Cook Humans, and they brush off some dust, and it says, no, it's not that, it's to cook 4 humans, and then Lisa brushes away more dust, and it says, no, it's to cook 40 humans, and they go, no, it's to cook for 40 humans, we only wanted the best for you, and now you've ruined it. And so they subvert sort of the idea. Now, this reminded me a lot of this book, which is The Abominable Earthman by Fredrik Pohl, and a story called Punch. I might just sit down and read it to you at some point, because it reminds me of this, even though it has a very different sort of subversion of this idea. But the whole alien coming in peace bit is very sort of prominent there. And this is just a great episode. It is well acted. It has a very nice twist, which is very Twilight Zone. It is very eerie, and it does leave a lot to the imagination. I think they did a fantastic job. Rod did a fantastic job of adapting it from the Damon Knight story. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care now. Bye.